That is right. This is not clickbait. I believe I've found yet another bug in the game that, if fixed, could possibly make Titan-Egi useful. Isn't that exciting? And I'll show you guys what I'm talking about here. So everyone always talks about how, you know, Titan-Egi is always just a little meme, right? He's just a walking meme. No one ever uses him in raid because he doesn't do anything. You know, we have Ifrit here. We have Ifrit for single target. We have Garuda for AoE, you know, 2 or more targets, but no one ever uses Titan-Egi. Because, I mean, if you look at his Egi-Assaults, right, he has Earth and Armor, which is basically like a weaker version of Mana Ward. And then you have Mountain Buster, which is a 70 potency AoE move. And we look at here, 70 potency AoE. But you compare that to Garuda's moves, and you know, it just doesn't compare, unfortunately. There's a situation where you might want to use Mountain Buster because the potency is up front, AoE 70 potency, whereas Garuda's is 20, and it basically puts like a little damage zone. So Garuda is better, but Garuda's auto attack splash. So unless you're only getting like a couple Egi-Assaults off with Titan, even then the gain is so minimal. But basically, what are we here to talk about, right? There is possibly a way that if this bug is fixed, Titan-Egi could be legitimately useful. What am I talking about? Currently, there are fights in the game. I'm looking specifically at E1, E1S currently, and potential future ultimates, where you have so much downtime that it's possible to cap on your Egi-Assault 1 and not have a way to spend it. Right, specifically in the ad phase and in E1S, you will have your Egi out, but that entire phase, if you play it optimally, you summon Bahamut, and then right after Bahamut you summon Phoenix, so your Egi doesn't actually do anything throughout that entire AoE, throughout that entire ad sequence, and then the 45 for 50 second long cutscene afterwards. So basically, your Egi-Assault 1 and 2s are going to get capped, right? But what you could possibly do, I'm about to show you guys what this bug is. What you could possibly do, if this gets fixed, is use Titan-Egi and use Egi-Assault 1 to get that Ruin 4 proc. I'm talking really small gains here, but it would make a use for this guy in optimization. So let's show the bug, alright? So the bug is, if you look at traits, you go to Enhanced Ruin 2, right here, this trait, level 62. Grants further ruin upon using Egi-Assault 1. And Enhanced Egi-Assault right here at 74 is grants further ruin upon executing Egi-Assault 2. So what does that mean, right? If I have Ifrit or Garuda out, it's perfectly fine, right? I go into combat, I'm going to use Egi-Assault 1, and I should, here it is, further ruin. Okay, I used Egi-Assault 1, I got a further ruin. Let's summon Garuda. I'll burn this further ruin proc so you can just see. Alright, so now watch. Egi-Assault 1. Further ruin. Makes sense so far. So now what happens when I summon Titan? When I summon Titan and I use Egi-Assault 1, where's my further ruin? It doesn't actually work, and Egi-Assault 2 does work. See, right here, watch. Egi-Assault 2, I get a further ruin proc, which is correct according to the trait that I have. But why is it when I use Egi-Assault 1, I get nothing? That sounds like a bug to me. It sounds like an oversight from the devs. But if they fix that to go in line with what the trait says, grants further ruin when you use Egi-Assault 1, then Titan-Egi in these specific circumstances where you have uptime and you won't be using your Egis very much, or your Egi-Assault 1 will overcap more, you know, basically you would end up losing a use. It would be a gain because Egi-Assault 1 on Titan does not require you to have an enemy be targetable. Watch, I'm not targeting the target dummy, but I can still use it as long as the game classifies me as being in combat, right? But I use Egi-Assault 1 and I'm not getting my ruin proc. Seems like an oversight from the devs, but if they fix it, then not only in E1S, but also in other fights that have extended periods of downtime, Titan-Egi would actually serve a use, would actually have a purpose, other than just being a little meme. I think it could be hot. It could be a thing. It could be a thing. Anyway, hope you guys learned something. Hopefully, someone can perpetrate this out to let the devs know what's happening, because it could be something. You know, Titan doesn't have to be a meme. He could be cool. Anyway, that's all I had to say about that on that topic.